Okay guys, we're back on the SS today. I know my last video last week was the SS blowing up. Well, I actually did break it. I didn't realize what had happened, but I actually was filming a new video for an upgrade on the intake, but when I pulled out the cold air intake from Spectre that I had pieced together using various pieces, this is what happened. So here's the cone pod from Spectre. Well, guess what? It's in two pieces. What had happened was, I'm not sure if this was from the drag racing or if this was from the dyno, but as I was pulling out the intake, the metal retaining clip was still on the J-pipe on the intake, but as you can see, this part completely ripped off. Like the rubber that was glued to this metal flange here, it completely ripped. And if you look, the shape of this broken clip to that is it's perfect. So I'm not really afraid of any rubber chunks flying into the motor. I mean, hell, I was drag racing the car, you would have heard it. But all that I know is that this intake was one piece a few weeks ago, and when I was taking the car apart, I noticed that the intake was actually sitting, the cone filter was actually sitting on the belly pan under the front end of the car. It's that front piece that goes from the front of the car all the way to about where the alternator is, as you can see right there. So today's video is going to be about replacing that broken filter with a new filter that I got from K&N. Now this filter is a 4-inch flange, so that's how big the intake pipe is, and the length is about 9 inches long. Actually, the cotton material is 9 inches long. I think the overall length is like 10 or 11 inches, something like that, because it's about 1.75 for the flange. Yeah, the flange's length is about inch and 3/4. So 10 and 3/4 would be the length of the filter. So to take the filter assembly part, I've already taken them off, but to take these hose clamps off, you want a 1/4-inch ratchet with a 8mm socket on it. Take that socket, pull it off, and you'll be able to get to the filter pod. Alright, so once you get the J-bend that goes down into the fender well out, pull it out, remove the broken base. Base is right there. Take that 8mm socket, pull the base off, and then bust out the K&N. So this K&N, like I said, it's probably 11 inches long, and this one, it's all one rubber piece, unlike the metal and glue. I think one of the reasons this fell apart was that you've got the paper element glued to a rubber plastic, yeah, that's rubber, to a rubber surface, and then that is like pressed into this metal base, and it's all just kind of glued together. I'm actually, there may not even be an adhesive on here. This might just be like the rubber was pushed into the mold and pushed in and around the cone. Yet when you look at the K&N, this is all one piece. It's got a rubber coating on it, and there's no metal. So one thing it saves you is that you won't have a metal abrasive end rubbing against the frame rail. Yeah, there is a few inch length difference in the two filters, but I've already had this in the car because I've been test fitting it. Alright guys, so I have the cone filter attached. I tighten it down with that 8mm ratchet. Put one of the hose clamps on, and you're just going to stuff it down here into the fender well. Just have to get the angle just right, and it'll go in and slide. Alright, so you've got your filter. Don't forget your hose clamp. I actually had forgotten that. Put it onto the Spectre piping. Just try to keep your hose clamps aligned. Grab your extension, and just start tightening down. This does not want to tighten, so I'm just going to start hand tightening it. Twist it by hand. Alright. Everything is tight. So there you go. You tighten down your 3 or 4 hose clamps and you're good to go. And hopefully getting rid of that Spectre filter with a better K&N filter. The item number from K&N is RE0870. I'll have a link in the description below on where you can get the K&N air filter. And hopefully this doesn't happen again, because I don't know how long it's been like this, to be honest. That's just some shitty craftsmanship. So I checked with Spectre on their warranty. Their warranties are only for 90 days, which I thought, being a cone aftermarket filter provider, it would have been a little bit longer, but it's not. This car has been done since like early March and it's already August, so the warranty's gone. So kiss your $20-some filter. This is what happens. Throw it in the trash. So there you go, guys. That's finishing up the repairs to the SS. I know some people can say this is another clickbait title, but it's not. Car actually was broke. Placed that filter and we're good to go. So some people got a little angry with my last video saying that I clickbaited it, but I mean, technically I did blow up my best time, so it's at least related. So, but anyway, that's gonna be it for the SS today. Nothing really super detailed on this install. We can do some more intake stuff and some wiring stuff, but you know, nothing too crazy. So there will be some updates in this in the next couple of weeks. I will be taking the SS up to Carlisle, Pennsylvania for Corvettes at Carlisle. I'll be there probably Thursday or Friday of that event. Not really sure. But so if you see a white SS there, it's probably me. As for more drag racing with this car, there is one last date in September, like September 1st or something, at ZMAX Dragway for their Jaguars. So I might be taking this, I might be taking the Corvette. I'm not sure which car I'll be taking, but I know I'll be taking the Corvette next Friday to the drag strip, but we'll see. I just don't know what car will end up at the last event. There might be a NASCAR night in October at ZMAX, so that might be like the last drag racing event of the year. So I'll let you guys know. Thanks, guys. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks and have a good day.